In the history of SCOREGolf's Canadian golf course ranking, which dates back to 1988 when the first 15 courses were presented, one architect's name has dominated the list: Stanley Thompson. Thompson's most notable Canadian designs have been mainstays in the upper echelon of the top 100. St. George's in Toronto, Highlands Links in Nova Scotia, Banff Springs and Jasper Park in the Alberta Rockies, and Capilano in Vancouver. It will surprise nobody if they remained there this time around, and next time, and the time after that. But Thompson's list extends well beyond those big five. He is this country's greatest and most prolific golf course architect, an eccentric genius who crafted more than 100 layouts in Canada alone, plus several others in the United States, the Caribbean, and South America, and a lifetime that ended at age 59. His best of the rest courses are once again scattered throughout this year's top 100, 16 in total. And at the very top of that next best list is the course on which I'm standing right now, Kitchener's Westmount, which golf course architect and Thompson historian Ian Andrew truly adores.
After the five courses that everybody quickly attaches to, it's the next best golf course, I think, out of all of his work. What makes it great is it's one of his best routings. I think it's an incredibly effective use of the property. And what's so enjoyable about it is the undulations that he brings into the driving zones and brings into places that you're playing into. It's just such an effective use of the terrain itself. And what I really enjoy about Westmount, why Westmount really kind of pulls to my heart, is that it's a little more understated. He allows the land rather than his bunkering and rather than sort of all the more flashy things you see at a place like here at St. George's. He allows the land to sort of be the star of the show, and I think it makes it even more enjoyable to play than a lot of his other work. So I've always been a huge fan of Westmount.
After Westmount is St. Thomas, and Summit, and Beaconsfield. Thompson had a hand in creating Mississauga and Credit Valley and Oakdale. He designed one of the courses at Sunningdale in London, Ontario, and also did Cataraqui in Kingston, plus Thornhill and Burlington. His courses are always intriguing, always fun, and though tweaked here and there and restored in some cases, they have always stood the test of time.
He is by far and away the most famous architect in Canadian history. And I mean, he was famous throughout the world. He was, Robert Trent Jones Sr. was a protege of Stanley Thompson. And his contemporaries were Donald Ross and A.J. Tillinghast. He's meant so much to Canadian golf. Most of his courses are still in existence. A lot of other courses of that area have been, gone to seed or become housing developments or something. But most of his courses are still in existence, and they still hold up. Here at Oakdale, they have the Ontario Better Ball Championship every spring. And you get the best amateurs in the province playing better ball, and they never rip it up. That's a great testament to the design of a golf course when the best players still have a challenge, and it's so much fun to play.
And it isn't just the courses that Thompson designed himself that comprise his legacy. His influences can be seen in courses built by others as well, as they either learn directly from him or learn from one of his disciples.
We're all essentially disciples of Stanley Thompson. We've all fallen in love with his work. His philosophies have become part of our ideas. Even some of his aesthetic ideas have come into all of our work. And essentially what we're trying to do is he's our bar. As Canadians, he's the gold standard that we're all trying to measure up to. So he's clearly my #1 influence.
So if you've somehow missed out on the opportunity thus far, make a point of playing a Stanley Thompson course this year, or several of them. And it doesn't have to be a top 100 golf course. It could be the 9-hole Allendale near Barrie, Ontario, or Chateau Montebello in Quebec, or Waterton Lakes in Alberta. Trust us, you won't regret it.